Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, I really hate it when I start too many videos with the same sort of opening stanza. I hate this because it shows a lack of imagination, and it shows a lack of an expansiveness of our thought and mind. But guys, I really must start this video as I've started so many videos previously, because it is the most apt way to start this video. Nigeria is one giant criminal enterprise. I have said this several times on several videos, so that's why I made the excuse before I landed on that phrase. Nigeria is one giant criminal enterprise, and why I am starting this video in this manner will be unveiled as, guys, I bring you this. DSS arrest EFCC chairman Ibrahim Magu. So you see my point now just in the headline already. DSS, of course, an organization known for corruption, arrests the chairman of EFCC, an organization. So we're going to find out exactly why this has happened, and I can bet you that the reason is entirely down to corruption. So let's get into it. Ibrahim Magu, acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, has been arrested by the Department of State Services DSS. It's been reported he was arrested over allegations that he owns four properties. He is also alleged to have transferred funds abroad through a third party. In 2016, DSS accused the EFCC boss of living in a 40 million mansion paid for by one Umar Mohammed, a retired Air Commodore. EFCC spokesman Dele Oyewale did not take calls. The DSS report said on December 2010, the Police Service Commission (PSC) found Magu guilty of action prejudicial to state security, withholding of EFCC files, sabotage, unauthorized removal of EFCC files, and acts on becoming of a police officer, and awarded him severe reprimand as punishment. It noted that Magu is currently occupying a residence rented for 40 million at 20 million per annum. This accommodation was not paid for from the commission's finances, but by one Umar Mohammed, Air Commodore retired, a questionable businessman who has subsequently been arrested by the Secret Service. DSS stated that Magu enlisted the Federal Capital Development Authority to award a contract to Africa Energy, a company owned by the same Mohammed, to furnish the residence at a cost of 43 million naira. In one of such trips, the report added that Magu flew to Maiduguri alongside Mohammed with a bank MD who was being investigated by the EFCC over complicity in funds allegedly stolen by the immediate past petroleum minister, Dezani Alison Madueke. Furthermore, the EFCC boss has so far maintained a high-profile lifestyle. This is exemplified by his preference for first-class air travel. On the 24th of June 2016, he flew Emirates Airlines first class to Saudi Arabia to perform lesser Hajj at a cost of 2.9 million naira. This is in spite of Mr. President's directive to all public servants to fly economy. Magu has fostered a beneficial relationship with Mohammed, who by his confession approaches clients for possible exploitation, favors, and associated returns, the DSS report said. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The EFCC guy has been arrested by the DSS, and of course, I mean, you know, it's just one, it's a mafia setup, it's a criminal setup, and because of the vast amount of monies at play, there's no loyalty, it's a dog. So it is not because the DSS are especially altruistic or they are for the people or their hands are clean. No, this is power pass power and money moves. This is a money move because, of course, a DSS is Yusuf Bichi, and Yusuf Bichi is with Malami, and Malami wants to discipline this guy Magu because he's not doing as he should. You know my meaning, of course. You know Ghana must go bags and everything. So this is just one giant criminal enterprise. The EFCC is not fighting anything. Nobody in Nigeria thinks the EFCC is fighting anything. Maybe they were fighting it under that Ribadu a little bit in those days when Obasanjo first created the EFCC. But the EFCC under this Buhari system is not fighting absolutely anything. This guy is just there to collect his own dollars and do the commissions to the usual people that he needs to settle to just keep himself in post. So this Magu has not done any single thing since he came into that office, pretty much since 2015. So we have this guy in place now. And by the way, when the Saraki parliament then, when Saraki was the president of the Senate, when they refused to confirm Ibrahim Magu as the EFCC chief, their reasoning was that there's a report, because of course the DSS has to do a report on the peoples that they are submitting for confirmation, and the DSS report then indicted this guy as being heavily corrupt. So their argument then is, how can we put a guy that's been indicted by the DSS, by the way, that was acting for the current administration, so it wasn't a report from a previous administration, the DSS of the Buhari administration indicting this Ibrahim Magu as being heavily corrupt. How can we then put this guy in charge of the anti-graft agency, so of the premier anti-graft agency? So this was why Saraki refused to confirm him then, and he remains acting till date. But now it has now gotten to that point, because of course this guy has always been corrupt, so you can't then put him in charge of something and expect him suddenly not to be corrupt anymore. So he carried on with these activities that he knows how to do best, with this whatever his name, this Air Commodore now being his bagman. This is the one now that has been identified as the one that carries the money for him to take it to Saudi and Dubai and wherever it is that he is parking his money. So he just carried on as he would normally. So he has now carried on to that point, and it's not as though these people did not know that he's a corrupt man, but he has of course offended somebody, because Malami had already given him a warning about 2-3 weeks ago. So he had offended somebody in the chain of command. Maybe he was getting too big for his boots and is not sharing out their own dollars as he should. So he has offended somebody to the point, because you remember I did a video, I jumped from a thought to another, because I do these videos raw. I just do it off my own thoughts as they are coming out of my head and I'm expressing them. So that is why sometimes you see me break a sentence in midstream and leap to another thought, because another superseding thought that is more important has just come to mind. So I did a video. So I did a video a few days, maybe a few weeks ago, about this same Malami writing to Buhari to sack Ibrahim Magu because Ibrahim Magu was not fit for purpose. So Malami had been after him for a while now, to the point now that he has now effected his arrest. So you cannot say that the letter that Malami wrote to the presidency to sack Ibrahim Magu is not the harbinger for now this arrest of Ibrahim Magu. But then of course everybody have been warning them about this Ibrahim Magu, that he's just a chancer and a criminal, and they never listened, and his criminality is now being brought to the fore. So but they knew he was a criminal, though. I keep re-emphasizing that they knew he was a criminal, but they let him through. So clearly there's more to it. There's more to him just being a criminal, being the reason why he's now been arrested, because he was a criminal when they appointed him, and he was a criminal all the way through. So whose toes has he stepped on, and what has he done that has now led to him being arrested? So whose toes has he stepped on, and how did he step on those toes is where the question is within the Ibrahim Magu question. So it's not him really being arrested. He should have been arrested a long time ago, and he's a criminal. Everybody knows that he's a criminal. But what has he done, especially within this space in time, within this short space in time, and who has he offended to the point that they've decided to move against him and have him arrested? Conversations in the comment section. Nigeria is one giant criminal enterprise, and the Barawos and the Oles are now gorging on themselves. They are cannibalizing themselves now, the criminals at the top of the mafia organization. Come share thought, but before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, come join me in the comment section then and speculate on why this Malami, the Abubakar Malami, the Minister of Justice, has now made this move against Ibrahim Magu, the chairperson of the EFCC, to get him arrested. What's led to this? So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say.